All right, we are live. Can you guys hear me okay? Is my voice coming through? Do I sound like a human or do I sound like Dio? What's up, Stuart? We got 23 people hanging out. Holy crap. I did not think 23 people would hang out tonight because I canceled yesterday and I felt bad about it, but the family was sick, so I had to be a daddy-o. Somebody asked earlier how this is gonna work. And basically just whatever streaming service you have, or if you have the file of the movie, if it's on a computer, just get Attack of the Clones up, go to 0000, and I'm gonna do a countdown, and we're all just gonna watch the movie together, and I'm gonna blab and talk. Also, I have a bit of a scratchy voice, so I apologize right now. But yeah, what's up, chat? Yova, what's up, man? Or, I don't know. I actually don't know the genders of anybody in here. Erica, I'm gonna guess you're a lady. Thomas, probably a dude. But yeah, earlier, before we actually start here, I feel like a lot of people are thinking about this, the John Boyega stuff, right? And I wanted to make a video on it, and then I was like, no, I don't want to make a video on this and like misconstrue everything and all of a sudden start a new uproar. But sorry there. I will say I feel disappointed in his disappointment. Like, I feel like sad that he had that experience, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's been a strange few days as a sequel trilogy fan, and like reading that and realizing how much this whole experience let him down. But you know, hopefully whatever he's working on now, it sounds like this new thing that he's working on is like in the pocket for him. Exactly what he wants. He feels like he's getting to do what he wants to do and representing himself as he wants to. But yeah, Elijah, exactly. Let me catch up with the chat. Alex Dunn, that's hilarious. No worry, Alex. If people, is he streaming right now? He always streams at 7. Hello Greedo always streams. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of people are streaming right now. It's the way it happens. Star Wars gamers, we're all competing and hanging out and doing all that stuff. All right, so before we go into Attack of the Clones land, I'll answer this question. Oh, nice. There's a Discord event. I had no idea. Captain Russ asked, what's my favorite Star Wars movie? It's a straight up tie between Empire and TLJ. I don't have enough time to explain why, but maybe that'll make you scratch your head, and that'll be funny to me. But yeah, so I want the chat to let me know when everybody's queued up with Attack of the Clones. Make sure everybody throws a yes in the chat saying, yep, I'm at 0000 before we start this thing. I'm actually really pumped. I just watched Attack of the Clones too. Oh, Elijah Neal, I plan on it. Yeah, if everybody can't, no worries. All right, so we got schoolwork. Yeah, do your work, man. I make, like, don't worry about this. This will be recorded and put back up. You do your schoolwork. That's way more important than me talking at all. So, all right, great. All right, everybody's ready. We're about to dive into Anakin land, as I'm calling it. And maybe dive out a window. Maybe I'll reenact the movie as it happens. I don't know. But I am 25 feet up, so that might hurt. And it would take me about 14 minutes to get back in. Thought about this. Okay. We have this queued up. And I'm going to start counting. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Oh my god, I can hear the drums, guys. All right, here we go. I like sand, though. I'm a Pisces. Anybody a Pisces? I'm a beach bum. I live near the beach, too. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat kicking this off. Hey guys, we're at a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Let me check back just so I can experience the Star Wars for a second. Here we go. But thanks so much for that super chat. Andrew J. All right, episode 2. Attack of the Palpatines. Captain Rex, I'm on Disney Plus. There is unrest in the Galactic Senate. Several thousand solar systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic. This separatist movement, under the leadership of the mysterious Count Dracula, has made it difficult for the limited number of Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. Senator Amidala, the former queen of Naboo, is returning to the Galactic Senate to vote on the critical issue of creating an army of the Republic to assist the overwhelmed Jedi. Count Dracula. You know what's funny? They actually put fangs on Yoda during the scenes with Count Dooku dueling Yoda, just to like make fun of him being a count. I think that's amazing. In a world full of Star Wars. The tilt up. A rare occurrence in Star Wars. How many people love Coruscant and that's their favorite planet? I'm raising my hand. And also, if I'm honest, I love like the 50s aesthetic of the like Naboo cruisers and the starfighters. That was missing from the sequels. I love this intro. It's pretty good. A little funky with the acting, but like, what are you gonna do? Isn't it crazy to think that like Phasma's armor is made out of like these Naboo cruiser metals? True story, this explosion that's about to happen scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I think it was like 14 when I saw this, or 15 in theaters. Molly Thomas, what up? Oh, there was danger at all, Buster. You know what's cool if you guys noticed this? The platforms here in Coruscant all look like Star Destroyers. But that was... I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I feel like George put that in there intentionally. Oh, that's okay, Molly. Yeah, Corday's gone. Pretty classic early 2000s death. Just kind of nudges to the side and... You know, I wonder. She just flew like a starfighter, right? Maybe Luke got some of his piloting skills from his mom. If there's something I will say about this movie, I love the story of this movie, but as a dude that works in editing and like visual effects in some smaller ways, it is kind of funny looking at the composites now. They're very glowy and angelic around everybody, and that's because it's called a light wrap. It just looks kind of funky. Master Yoda has no idea that he's across from Sheevy Peeves. Isn't that crazy to think? All these Jedi, these masters, are across from one Sith. I can't fail it. It's just so fascinating to me and strange. I like most of the Anakin and Padme stuff. I don't really like the deleted scenes. The costume design deleted scenes of the Anakin Padme family stuff is hilarious to me. Disgruntled spice miners. So, like, right there, you know, Count Dooku was once a Jedi. Wouldn't that concern somebody? Once a Jedi? I mean, now that we know all we know about Dooku, get it. But you know what I'm saying. Padme's bedroom, yeah. Bow, bow, bow. Last Melon, I agree. I think it has one of the best first acts in a Star Wars movie, period. Like, look at Palpy here. Hey, this looks like Palpy from the clone version and Truss, but you know, he's the ultimate schemer. The thought of losing you is unbearable. I'm sure it is. You know, it's funny when I was a kid. Yeah, this chat's not kid friendly, I guess. Oh, dude, Annie and Obi, aka Space Jesus. So, you know, this is a beautiful looking scene, I think. They're going up the elevator. You can see the hustle and bustle of all of Coruscant. The visual effects look okay. But I just love Coruscant. No, I'm just kidding. Didact. I might swear here and there, but that's about it. Yeah, in a lot of ways, I really do think Obi-Wan should have been like the main character in the prequels, but like that's my adult hindsight. I didn't give a shit when I was a kid. I loved it. Yeah, looky senator. Looky at matured Anakin with his abs and 90s like CW hair. True Dale. Yeah, now we need to know about everything, huh? Hello there. Ooh, what a burn. You'll always be that little boy I knew. Imagine being told that to like after 10 years and like you're seeing this goddess that you used to call an angel. He's like, you're just a boy to me. I'd be devastated. I love how cozy Anakin's hands are in his robes. Like he's like grasped them over his hands. Anakin did get friend zoned for like half of the movie. Now this is fake beard Kenobi, right? It looks fake beard Kenobi. Oh, thanks, Molly. Yeah, exactly. Didact. He had to do some crazy shit for her to be like, let me fix him. J Cruiser 1016, welcome to the live watch. By the way, let me just remind everybody where we are. Um, right now we're at 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 seconds. I love Obi like giving him a little tease. Be mindful of your thoughts. He was pleased. Here we go. All right, this is my favorite sequence in this movie. Django and Sam. This is something about Coruscant at night, the way this all looks, the music. Also, it's the same music from The Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter, by the way. Matthew Saul, I have a whole video on that. I rated that 8.5. If that hurts you, I can't help you. Lily Lamb, it's all down to a director being able to get what he needs out of an actor. I think he'll be good if he's in the Kenobi series. Yeah, I used to have it at a 7.5 for like a 7 when I first saw it. That line's always confused me. This line right here, he's like, your senses aren't as attuned to the room as I. And then Anakin is like, and yours are. And then Kenobi's like, possibly. I don't get the exchange. Maybe I don't understand. A lot of exposition in this part. Imagine seeing Obi-Wan have to take care of Anakin because of his nightmares and having to deal with that. I think that would be interesting. Somebody earlier in the chat said that, you know, he didn't want to dream of his mother anymore, Anakin, right? And he wanted to dream of Padme. And then Revenge of the Sith, he ends up dreaming of Padme. Turns out the same way. Tragedy. Welcome to the chat, Joseph. Here it comes. I just can't wait for Obi-Wan to jump out of a window. I am so excited to see Obi-Wan jump out a window. Matthew, I bet like at least a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, I don't mind Hayden's performance in this. I think it's a bit stale sometimes, but I think honestly, like I said, it's just down to the director and him being fine with what he got, right? Like, George was a little bit more of a fix it and post kind of guy on the prequels, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Westminster Abbey, that's confused by that line. R2's like, ain't nothing going on in here, we're good. Going back to sleep. Yet there's evil fucking slugs about to murder Padme. How can you not hear that? It's so slimy. I love that line. People forget Jedis hate politicians. But you didn't sense it before Annie. Okay, can we just give a round of applause to how good Anakin is with a lightsaber, that he killed 2 bugs that were like literally an inch off her nose. There he goes! Yes. The dude jumped out a window like a legend. I love it. That is the best. This is the best part of this movie. I'm sorry. This music. It's so chaotic. And Obi-Wan's just like, fuck! Yeah, true. Well, there's a lot of hilarious confusion to Jango Fett's plan. He failed his first attempt, who he had somebody else do the attempt, you're right, blowing her up. And then, instead of him going to complete the job, he entrusts Sam, who then fails again when he could have just done it himself. Right? Anyways, I need to look at this scene. I love this. The weird 50s Jetsons style atmosphere of this is just perfect. Obi-Wan holding onto that thing. Just, ah! Somebody should add screaming to this scene. Maybe I'll do it. Just like in the wide shots. He's not even worried. He's just like, there is no Anger, there's just peace. As he's falling to his death. Oh yeah, no, I like Django, don't get me wrong. It's just funny, his whole plan. I feel like if Django just like went there and did what he had to do, he'd just blow his missile into Padme and blow her up in 2 seconds. Jedi voodoo. Also, the visual effects during the darker scenes in this movie are amazing. I think the rendering capabilities for like night scenes and shadows just worked a lot better than daytime stuff. Yeah, exactly, Cool Beans. It's like a domino rally of like getting somebody else to do the dirty work. Guys, were we robbed from not seeing Anakin duel Master Yoda? Dude, just watching this makes me so sad that we didn't get some kind of Coruscant in The Rise of Skywalker. Dexter. You know, when I made my my video about deleted scenes and was like talking about those droids at the Jedi Archives, I thought it was like pretty interesting and just learning about Dexter and a little bit more about his backstory. Smart cook, that guy. Interesting, Thomas. Yeah, it could be. Like, what is this part of Coruscant? It's just like, it's like a Sonic the Hedgehog level, but like, in practicality, I wonder what this whole area is. Does anybody know in the chat? Like, are people like privy to the geography of Coruscant? They have so much. That seems so funny to me. They have so much time to not get into that that field. Like Obi-Wan's just like, how many times have I told you? And it's almost like the guy in Austin Powers like screaming no, while the thing that's gonna flatten him is like 35 feet away. Oh yeah, everybody. That's hilarious. It's a Sonic level. Beep, boo, booty, beep, boo, booty, beep, beep, booty, beep, boo. I love Sonic. I should bust out my old Sega. Also, this kind of shit. Like highways in Star Wars. It's just so cool. Maybe I'm just a nerd for like the visual aesthetic of this stuff over the story in some parts, but also Rand nonsense moment coming up of like Zam's face changing before she officially changes. I thought the reveal would be better if you just don't see it at all until the end. Time check, let me let you know. We're at 19:10. I'll do that, Westminster. Obi-Wan's like, I hate it when he does that. When he just jumped out a window like a legend, held onto a robot, flew through the air, got shot away from the robot, fell to his doom into a car. And he's pissed at Anakin for jumping out for like 2 seconds? Come on. Who do you think he learned it from? Like, this is amazing. If you think about what George Lucas is trying to convey here, Anakin is such a legend that even having nothing to really hold on to here, going 1,000 miles an hour, he's not going to fall off. Zam's fucked. Imagine if he just accidentally stabbed her with his, like, lightsaber. Anybody watch movies? There's the weird face. Anybody watch these movies sometimes thinking something else could ever happen? I always do that, even though I know it's not going to happen. Like, but what if? Like, right here. Oops. Killed her. Anakin dropping his lightsaber. Maybe that's like why Luke threw his. It's an homage. Losing a lightsaber every second film. Also, the fact that he... Oh, also, ensemble of aliens, 10 out of 10. It's very rare that we see a really good ensemble of aliens in the prequels that are practical. Like, George knew what he was doing, let's be honest. It's just nobody was helping him do what he was doing. I love this set. Also, in the deleted scenes from here, when he's chasing Zam and he just falls. Joseph, yep, the entire planet is like an industrialized city. It's like a just one big ass city. For anybody out there that's like a sound design nerd too, I think the prequels have like arguably the best sound design. Lily Lamb, hell yeah. I am a puppet freak in the sense of I just like puppets in movies and like Dark Crystal, you know like that aesthetic. And I think Mandalorian excels at that, and potentially that's why I love it the most out of most of the things I've seen out of the last 3 or 4 years. We're about to get death sticks. I feel like this is like a sexy version of the cantina. You know what I mean? Is it risque to use that word? Yeah, didact. I'd say yep, 100%. Also, there's just a girl wearing a thong right there. Anybody ever notice that? I noticed that like a few months ago when I put this on. Also, droid football. This totally inspired Canto Bite. Like just the way this looks, Canto Bite's prequely-ish, prequely nature. I think Ryan Johnson watched this scene, was like, yeah, this is slick. Like this whole scene also is hey, what's up, Erica? Welcome to the chat. Let me tell you where we're at. 22, we're almost at 23 minutes right now. Now, did he rethink his life? Do you think that guy went and rethought his life? I don't think he did. Also, I thought this is, as an editor, this is great editing right here, I think. We only get the POV shots, right? We think it's Anakin because we see Anakin in the reverse shot, and then we see Zam, and then we see like the intended kill blow for Anakin here. It's just, I love this edit. Boom. And gone. Obi-Wan Kenobi is always a boss in the bar. Put your drink down, give him a sip, you're dead. Didact, oh my god. Imagine. Anakin's acting right there is sincere. Explosive. It was a bounty hunter called... That's one ugly alien. Exactly, Phantom Siren. Alright, here we go, guys. We're about to learn things. Oh, I'm so curious to see how Yoda is in the High Republic after they release those photos. By the way, if you guys can notice the glowy nature around everybody here, this is what I mean by daytime VFX, where it looks a little funny. Yeah, we're doing a watch along. Let me tell you where we are. We're at 25 minutes and 30 seconds. Yachty Mundy's head, just something else. pretty wild to think that like that's Vader and that's Sidious, right? If you just like they're looking at this scene, thinking about the future. In time, he would have learned to be a Sith. I like Palpatine is so good at just like fluffing you up. So, you know, with Annie. Like, arguably his entire run as a Jedi, but for the last like 3 years of his life, he's just like, I see you becoming the best Jedi. Of course, it's gonna twist his mind. What an ironic statement by Obi-Wan, right? Yoda quickly is like, slow down, bro. We're all pretty arrogant. I think if we ever wanted to talk about some hardcore sidelining of a character of color, Jar Jar Binks. Honestly, I'm surprised John Boyega and Ahmed Best haven't like discussed any of this together. I wonder if they will. I like Jar Jar's robes in this, you know? He's regal. Also, Padme's hair, something else. To me, it looks like a game controller. Time code? I love your name. You just made me cough on my own spit. Stupid dumbass. We're at 28:15. Also, this simple use of the Force here when I was a kid was so fucking. I always like reenacted the scene. Maybe I can actually make this float. Like Kevin Smith and Mallrats. Yeah, her buns are off the hook. They're like sharp. They could like kill you. You know what's funny? Has anybody in here ever watched the Dune miniseries on cable, like way back in the day? The attire of clothes in here just remind me so much of that miniseries. I think they ripped off the prequels, is what I'm saying. Yeah, no worries. It's a hilarious name. Stupid dumbass. It is the funniest thing I've seen today. Anakin's like, I'm gonna look at you however I want. Anakin's like that guy that just got the like had a game book, and he's like, oh, you know what? I think just gotta be like a bit of a dick and creepy, and yeah, I'll get the girl. Oddly, it works. Erica, maybe that's the point. Maybe she's supposed to look like a TIE fighter. Lily Lamb. If the new Dune movie isn't good, I'm gonna die. I think I'll pass away in the theater. Although, also, I'm pouring wine. I hope you heard that. All right, now I think we're at Real Beard Kenobi. Right? Is this Real Beard Kenobi? Yo, NRC Star Wars. What up? So this is the B plot, or the A plot, or the main plot. Like, how does the chat look at this? We have a splitting off of the main people, right? Like, do we consider the Padme and Anakin a B plot? Or as a part of the main plot? Like, now I'm thinking of these things after that interview with John. Like, how do I think of arcs and fulfillment and a lot of things? Crazy to think of. Oh, nice. We got 31, 32 people hanging out. That's more than I thought. I felt so bad for delaying this, but, you know, life is life. I love that droid. It's like something out of the Jetsons. Again. Why does he know Dex? I have an idea that Dex and Obi-Wan used to smoke weed together behind, you know, the Jedi temple in the shade, you know? And that's how they bonded, like Gandalf and, you know, Bilbo Baggins. Smoking pipe weed. Okay, yeah. B plot mends into the A plot. Yep. Like, this is a straight up diner from Earth. People complained. I remember people complaining about Canto Bight being earthy. I'm like, well, what about Dexter's Diner? And they were like, shut up! Like, all right. Like, their friendship and the way that Obi-Wan is with Dex just makes me think, we need a book. We need to know. I want a book about the two of their shenanigans. Yeah, they went to high school together. They used to be lovers. I don't know much about the Kamino culture, right? But it sounds like it's pretty mischievous. Like, they just make living things and sell it. Like, they have, like, no moral fiber. Or maybe, I don't know. Aren't they outside of the known galaxy? Or no, yeah. They were erased from the archives. My son finally memorized Jocasta Nu's name. Every now and then he'll just go through a list of names, like he's like 2.5. And like once he gets to Jocasta Nu, which is hilarious. Cool beans, cool beans. I had no idea that was a thing. I prefer that this is completely separate from us. No tie into Earth at all. Again, when the scenes are darker or these CGI sets are being rendered, they just look so much better. Also, that looks exactly like the Mandalorian ship. Oh, Jocasta Nu is the best Jedi? In the Vader comic, she's pretty badass. It would have been cool to see her do some more as the matriarch. And he's so heavy with his feelings. Yeah, that's true, Axon. I think that was just like because Steven Spielberg included Yoda in ET, so like eventually that was just paid back as like a wink wink nod nod. Padme's like, you've changed so much. I want to go to my room. But they had to delete the scene. It was rated R. Yep. Maybe she knew that he was a dark side guy, and that's what really like sealed the deal. The way he says hello to the kids literally gets me every time. He's like, hello. You know, as much as I don't like CGI Yoda, I still like Yoda in the prequels. A nice little gentle grandpa. I think having something like this in my bedroom would be so cool. Yeah, true, Didact. He doesn't murder any kids. Imagine being like Obi-Wan, a master, and Padawan was like, yeah, actually, this is what's going on. Laugh my ass off, dude. Oh yeah, dude. The curved lightsaber hilt was so rad. I don't collect lightsaber props, but if I did, I'd probably just get that in the Kylo run in Anakin's like OG lightsaber. Potentially, I really like Leia's. There it is, the Razor Cresty looking ship. I mean, imagine going also to Naboo in the sequel trilogy or in the Kenobi series. If we do, knowing the capability of the rendering engine called Unreal Engine, it literally looks realistic, like unbelievably realistic. These worlds are going to look amazing. Because apparently the idea is that it's going to be in 2 different time periods. I think Attack of the Clones in the prequel trilogy has the best score, like the best works in Star Wars or in the prequels in terms of music, like as a totality, not necessarily individual songs. Hey Soza, did you know? Do you know what it says on Mace's saber? He actually has it. I can't remember if it's Arbesh or something else, but it says "badass motherfucker." I think that's awesome. Oh yeah, bad motherfucker. BMF. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Do you think that he would ever even agree to do this without putting something like that on his lightsaber? He's just like, you know who I am? I'm fucking Samuel L. Jackson, and I will do as I please. Now I'm sounding like Chappelle doing an impersonation of him. It's cool seeing this Jedi Star Cruiser now after playing Jedi Fallen Order. I love the beginning of that game. I wonder if Star Wars Theory is ever going to do a follow-up to his Samuel Jackson sort of Vader thing going on from like 2 years ago. I love Kamino. Dude, Kamino's kind of badass. This water nonsense planet with like these pod-like huts of technology where they create living things. Like, was there ever land? Where are we? Let me give you a timestamp. We're at 41, or we're almost at 42 minutes. It's gonna be awesome. Like, maybe in the Kenobi series, we'll see some Kaminoans. Is that how you say it? Nah, stupid dumbass. I think I watch 5 Star Wars YouTube channels. I think the majority of them are just like even mine's probably redundant, but like I watch Hello Greedo. I sometimes watch Star Wars Theory. I watch Star Wars Explain. I sometimes watch Eckhart. He's not really active like as much as he used to be. He's mostly on the gaming side of things right now. I think after that, I watch. Maybe that's it. Yeah, those 4. That's primarily it. I just think Hello Greedo is hilarious. Oh yeah, Starforge. Yeah, me and him are friends on the Twits. He's a great channel. He blew up. It was unbelievable. I was like, one day he was like getting 200 views a day, and then it was like, holy crap. It's crazy to think how long it took for us to understand what the hell Sifo Dyas was. Yeah, hopefully Hello Greedo influences a lot of channels. Just to stop taking everything so goddamn serious. I also love that, like, here, like, the security guards look like the Canto Bight police officers. Here we go, guys. We're about to see Anakin's hilarious rejection face. I think if they got rid of the it gets everywhere line, it wouldn't have been that badly delivered. He's just rubbing her body. Like, as a kid, I didn't think about this. As an adult in our climate, I'm just like, damn, dude, you're taking a risk. Didn't even ask. Padme's like, I don't know. Maybe I want some of that dark saber. Goes for it. Says, nah. Look, just look at Anakin's face after this. Like, when she says no and he just stares out back at the lake, he makes the funniest derp face I've ever seen. Right there. He's just blinking so much, like, what? 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 What did I do? And when you really think about what we're seeing here, this is profoundly disturbing. Yeah, I know. He was just so confused as to what the hell to do. Like, what have I done? Shit. I mean, we've all done that. We still got to learn more about that Kamino cloner guy in The Mandalorian who has that emblem on all of these clone uniforms, right? Like, are we ever going to learn more about that dude? Or is he... No, he's not dead. Or is he dead? I don't know. He's got to come back in season 2. Oh, there's a 5-year difference? I thought it was only 3 years. That makes it very strange. There they are, guys. The brothers. I'm gonna get this wrong, I think, but that's phase 1 armor, right? I kind of prefer it. I have like one of those Bandai make it yourself kits. And that's the one it is. I just think it looks better. I like just the white and black. We got a couple of Codys in there. Yeah, it just looks better, right? I think it's slicker. Here we go, guys. We're in the meadow. You don't go to a meadow, sit down, look awesome, and not smooch later on. Come on. What dude or girl has gone to a meadow with the other opposite or same gender, whatever, guy and guy, girl, whatever, or an animal, maybe, or maybe like trees. But who has gone to this kind of situation and afterwards, you guys aren't boyfriend and girlfriend? Come on. Right there. I think they should have cut this, though, before he rides that weird animal. Hey, what's up, that guy Bob? I like Anakin's answer. Then they should be made to. Dude's a 1950s dad. Little hint of Vader's authoritarian ideals. Oh yes, didact. She's letting her guard down, dudes. And she's like, well, maybe 19-year-old Annie's the shit. Let's run around the meadow with him. What are these animals called? Does anybody know? I don't know what these are called. I'm gonna name them for what I think they look like. They look like popovers and cows. So cow poppers. Tick cows. Cool beans. I'm more of a Vader person. But with that said, the new canon comics of Vader in the... See, okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop talking for a second. She just rolled over on top of him and just stared into the eye sockets of his soul. They're gonna smash. Anyways, back to your point, cool beans. I just like the Vader more. Not because I dislike Anakin necessarily. I love the Clone Wars. But it's more about I like him trapped in his Sithness, and also seeing like the new comic series kind of talk about like his past and how he's like trapped by his guilt, kind of like that. I love the most. Yeah, big fat potatoes. Dude, Fett sounds hilarious. Sounds nothing like what he turns into in the OT on either side. Like, Dad, Fam ways ha. Like, what accent is that? Can't wait to see this dude in the season 2 of the Mando. I wonder if they're gonna DH him, or if he's just gonna be old. Like, what's going on with him? They DH'd him in Aquaman. Maori. Okay. Skywalker uses the Dennis system. If anybody gets that joke, you're my best friend. I think I relate to Kylo. Kylo and Finn, and to a certain degree, Luke and TLJ sometimes. Like, those three personifications. And then Vader in the comic series. Like, those kind of things. In the movie's not so much. He's pretty black and white in the OT. Yeah, Django's clone son ages normally. Yep, Boba. Wee's here. I love that Django Fett, like, on his little shelving unit over there, just has like a vase. Empty, but he has a vase. What a beautiful image, right? Oh, I never even thought of that. Stupid dumbass. I think this scene looks just so funny because, like, he moves the fruit, goes into her fork, it looks weird, and then she takes a bite of nothing, which you can tell, but like a giant bite is gone from the apple. You even hear like the sound? Oh man. No, yeah, Boba Fett and Jango Fett aren't real Mandalorians. They stole Mandalorian armor. What is she wearing? Right? Imagine, like, you don't sit like that in that dress next to a dude. She's like, Anakin, look at me, but don't look at me. And then Anakin's gonna get creepy. Remember when I was like 14 watching this? I think my parents are like, they didn't know what was about to happen in this movie. You know, interesting. I keep thinking about parallels to TLJ. This is close. They're about 25 minutes off from where Rey and Kylo touch fingers with this kind of lighting, but the lighting is very similar. And we were all always talking about reverse Anadala kind of stuff back in the day, so interesting observation. Sweet Svetsson, yes. She's basically just like, you're a dude, I'm a girl. This can't work. She baits him a little bit right there, too. I wish I could just wish away my feelings. I wish I could wish away that line. That's the only line that I'm like, yikes. Uh-oh. Don't have secrets. Or actually, they all do. Look at Obi-Wan. What was the dude's name in Master and Apprentice? Was it Avaros? He also had relations, right? All right, back to the good stuff. Kamino. This is where shit is about to get awesome. You know, the Kaminoans are pretty kind, courteous. They seem alright. Just creepy. They make people and living things, and they have expiration dates that are very quick. Rael Avaros, that's what it was. Rael. And what's up, Rael? I love, like, one of the coolest things about the prequels, and I wish it was more fleshed out in a cohesive way that everybody can make sense of. You know, makes sense to me because I know everything, but like ancillary stuff. But I just love how the Jedi just have no understanding of why things are happening the way they are. It's just ultimate confusion, and it's so cool. Yeah, like Django's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'll come with you. I'll report back when I have him." Wait, did somebody say something about an old folks home? Did I say something about an old folks home? Oh, no worries, Double A Stop Motion. Appreciate you stopping by. For anybody that's curious too, we're at 58 minutes, actually almost at 59 minutes. Maybe this scene right here is why Kylo Ren's shirtless in The Last Jedi. Shirtless Annie, shirtless Kylo. It's like poetry, it rhymes. And instead of having a dream vision, he just saw Rey on the other side of the Force. Padme comes out with her morning hair. And it's a beautifully framed shot, him just standing there. Yeah, Didact. I don't think the Jedi, just like, you know, I don't know if anybody in here, how many people are Americans and not like myself. Like our party, my party system, or our party, it's like, it's just crazy. Like, nobody knows what the hell is going on ever. Just, it's all shenanigans. Fusion. A lot of people say the prequels didn't sort of copy the OT, right? Yet, in ESB, what does Luco do? Has a vision that scares him, and he wants to go save his friends. He fails with one of them, and this one, Anakin does the same thing, but with his mom. To this day, I'll never understand the argument of like, the sequels are just copying the beats that George Lucas made, when like that is kind of what every movie has done. Like, everything after the first Star Wars is a happy accident, I think. Yeah, America's nuts. I'll put it at that. Both sides. All sides. People just need to stop being so black and white about everything. We need some great Jedi. Dude, he karate kicks. He karate kicks him like 70 feet in the air. I bet this look, too, this aesthetic is going to be pretty close to what, like, the series is going to look like, right? To me, this looks like it could be something from the volume. It'll probably look a little nicer now, but like, this whole set piece, this action is just unbelievable. Yeah, Didactic, I'd say TFA and Tross big time. But still, doesn't really bug me. I want to know how Obi-Wan's hands didn't start bleeding right there when he fell. That is such a thin rope that's probably made of like a metalish fiber. These are the things I think about as a fan. Like this too, he throws it and like amazingly, like he doesn't get rope burn on his hands. That's amazing, Cool Beans. Yeah, that's true, Didact. He is Jesus. Stupid dumbass. Maybe he did at one point. Yeah, I'm surprised he has hands. Still think the Fets have the best ships ever. The back of it looks like a hilarious face, and the front of it just looks like it's about to kill you. No. We're at 1 minute, or 1 minute, an hour and 4 minutes, and Anakin and Padme are touching down on Tatooine. Literally in the hangar bay we all know and love. Look at all those banthas. I wonder what happened to these like courier droids by the time Luke was Luke, right? Yeah, sweet. He's maybe Obi-Wan's a projection. Maybe the entire time in this movie he was a projection. We just don't know. What a sad existence for Watto. This is what he is now, right? He just flies all over him. You know, it's interesting. Oh, no worries, Joseph. Yeah, anybody that has to hop off, I get it. This is just a fun stream. Shooting the breeze while we watch a movie. But I feel like sad for Watto a bit. Like, you can tell, like, although he owned Annie, the way he recognizes and realizes it's Annie is almost like earnest. We are at 1 minute and 45, or I'm sorry, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 45 seconds. And now we're at 1 minute. Sorry, I keep saying 1 minute. I'll tell you when we're at the 1 hour and 6 minutes now. You know, I don't know a lot about Warhammer. I probably should. Here are like the things that I know about. I like Star Wars. I like Dune. I like the Dark Crystal. I like, what's it called? I mean, does this count as fantasy? Man in the High Castle. I know, I'm like, we're 1 minute in. I keep saying freaking 1 minute. Yeah, he didn't seem like a cruel master to me, Didact. Seemed like a pain in the ass. Oh, dude, we're about to head up and hear the best sound design ever in all of Star Wars. Yeah, Mary Vaughn, to speak to your point, I feel like the Jedi Code itself and the way that they train people in their order inevitably leads a percentage, no matter what, to the dark side. And it's like, it's just, it should have been something that was understood by the Jedi. You need attachments to be a healthy human. You need relationships to be a functional person. To avoid such things is to avoid being human. And if anything, all these trilogies have told us that avoiding those kind of feelings and you know, just being too rigid can still lead to the dark side. Leaning too heavily into the emotions can lead to the dark side. So you just gotta take both and go through the center. Isn't that what TLJ was about, where we all thought the sequel trilogy was going anyways? Inkwell, very interesting. The time now is 1 hour and 8 minutes. So like this right here is obviously an homage to ESB going through the asteroid field. Also, I love Boba Fett going, fire! A little Imperial. Fire! Andres Garcia, or Andre Garcia. I think, yes. I think within the story, even though it didn't go that way, I think there was always a potential for Anakin not to turn to the dark side. However, had that not happened, we wouldn't have had the OT, right? Also, another homage to Empire. He releases the trash, although in a very different manner and reasoning. Yeah, this whole... I remember this scene in theaters, and like every single explosion, those sonic booms, like went through my body, just reverberated through my... What a great set. This reminds me of Kajimi a little bit, just the way it looks at night. They're all the Federation ships. People complain about Death Stars. They kind of look like them. No, I still don't. I don't believe. I think even Matt Martin and Lucasfilm confirmed that Palpatine did not create Anakin. He's not the father. He's not the dude. It's still up in the air. But as a headcanon guy myself, perfectly valid if that's what you want to believe. I just don't think. I don't think that's the actual story. Oh, no worries, Dad Act. Thanks so much for hanging out. Can you guys hear that plane going by outside my house? Maybe you can't. It's so loud. Who are you? I'm Padme. Padme Skywalker. So I guess there are 6 Star Wars movies where we go to the Lars homestead. C-3PO, always being C-3PO. I wonder where they got the casing too. It just has a blaster bolt right up in the heart area of C-3PO's chest. Bored man. I wonder if we're getting Joel Edgerton back for the Kenobi series. It would make sense, right? Oh wait, no. 5 movies. We don't see it in the fan. We see it in Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, 5 movies. Or at least I thought, wasn't that deleted scene of Luke? Wasn't that supposed to be at the homestead? Maybe it's not supposed to be. Guys, this was like the original trailer line right here. I need that story. 30 of us went out after Shmi. 4 of us came back. A Star Wars story. Don't worry, Whirl Farm Boy. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out for the little time that you did. Oh, Ready Player 3, it is? You know, I haven't read the Attack of the Clones novelization in like, I don't even know how long. It's at least been a decade. So that scene right there with the shadow, like, it was just happenstance that it happened to kind of look like Darth Vader. So cool to think about, though. Happy little accidents like that. Wonton, welcome to the stream. Anakin on a speeder is a vibe. I love hearing this track, this music cue. Duel of the Fates, man. I feel like it's the defining sound of I feel like this is the like defining sound of this trilogy. This track almost. This and like Across the Stars. Thomas, I never thought about it, but to be honest, like, I guess that would make sense based on how Owen Lars talks to Luke about him not, you know, not paying attention to old Obi-Wan, right? Or Ben Kenobi, because he's a crazy old wizard. Geonosis is such a wacky planet. In the Geonosins. It's a cool planet, but it's almost like it's industrialized yet also tribal. You know what I mean? Yeah, Inkwell, I think it's been either officially stated or contemplated in some sort of way that had Qui-Gon lived, Anakin probably would not have turned. And it's confirmed the voice that we hear when he's slaying the children, the Qui-Gon, Anakin, no! That really is confirmed from Lucas himself that that is Qui-Gon, Force Ghost voice, trying to stop him. Jacob Quest, what's up? Yes, we are watching Wat Tambor right now. Hold on, let me give you a time code. We're at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 25 seconds. I can't remember. Is that guy supposed to actually be immune? Is he immune? Yeah, is that what it was? Ready Player? Yeah, that's right. I think I made a video on that actually. Wow, I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid dumbass. This whole setting is rad. Weird ass aliens, huts at night, murder about to happen. It's a good stream, guys. The Mesa rock formations in this part of Tatooine are bizarre in such a cool way. Those Tusken Raiders are like, look at them fight. Nice. They have no idea they're about to die. All right, this scene is heartbreaking, guys. I might get silent. Yeah, this scene's good. The way that he goes into like anxiety, can't breathe, trauma mode. Like I've seen that happen in real life. I don't know if he's experienced something like that, but like his face of horror and unable to do anything and emote and just chaos in his brain is wicked accurate. Just pure shock. His mom said everything good that she could say before she passed away, which is like pretty powerful. I think this is what sets him off, right? It's a horrifying death. That looks real to me. Eyes open. Nothing poetic about it. Just fucking horrifying. And he thinks it's his fault. This scene is so good. I would do the same thing. I don't care. No worries, cool beans. Thanks so much for hanging out for, I think an hour and a half at this point. I'll see you next time, dude. Yeah, right here, the Anakin. No. The Force has been disturbed. Yeah, that dude, eyes open deaths, that shit just freaks me out. Yoda should have started intervening here. After reading like the Master and Apprentice books, the Dooku book, rewatching the prequels, Yoda really fucked up. Yeah, Andre, that's a good point. And that blame and guilt, not only that, adding Padme into the mix, thinking he lost his two kids, Vader was internally just fucked. Like, no wonder he went to the dark side, right? Easy target. In a lot of ways, it is similar to Kylo. You guys think Star Wars would be totally different if R4 was the one that got the plans and went to Tatooine to find Obi-Wan? And he was like, I don't remember ever owning a droid. Is blazes a normal colloquial kind of phrase in Star Wars? Oh, Ready Player 3, that's a bummer. Sometimes streams could be like that, man. Pain in the butt. Luckily, my stream health is good so far. True. The way he looks at the Lars family, just like complete disgust. Maybe he felt vindicated after he sent a legion of stormtroopers just to burn them. Inkwell. Padme brought him blue milk. Yeah, things like that, Westminster, are tough to see because it's like so real. People get so hung up on Kylo Ren saving Rey, right? But like the whole crux of Anakin's problems, internally, externally, are right here. Can't save the people he loves. But the problem is he's not willing to surrender himself over to be selfless in the action of helping the ones he loves. He wants to possess them for himself. Kylo literally just let himself go into the abyss so Rey could live. He saw it happen, he believed, and that's the whole point of the Force. Not training, not years at the temple. It's if you have the door open enough, the Force will flow through you stronger. Jacob's Quest. I always imagine that the things inside these sets are just so interesting enough that the actors already know what to move around on and be like boop 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 boop. I can understand that point of view, Inkwell. Dude, even here he's good. Dude, Anakin's great right here. I hate them. Crying. He's trying not to. Trying to like not emote. Like Jedis don't want to. Man. Kylo's like such an interesting antithesis to this, where he just lets his emotion run him ragged all over the place. Totally is Vader's son, grandson. Yeah, Mary Vaughn. When he gets the goods to deliver, you're right. He does do a good job. I can't remember. Do we actually see in the Lars homestead these grave sites in Tross? Are they gone? Yeah, Mary Vaughn. Have you seen, or Marianne Vaughn? Have you seen that fan recreation of adding in the Force ghosts during the "I am all the Jedi" scene? I thought that was brilliant. Yeah, Jacob's Quest. That's an amazing way to put it. Yeah, I guess it is like what 50 years after this or whatever. Poor Annie. His whole goal in TPM was to become a Jedi and free all the slaves. Comes back, tries to free his mom. She dies. Like forcing him onto the journey of darkness. I guarantee Qui-Gon would have been like, you know what? We're gonna go see your mom for the last 10 years. Yeah, it's true. Ready Player 3. I didn't even think of that. Everybody's always in Palpatine's office. Nobody knows that Palpatine's Sidious. I love it. I wish Palpatine was even more petty than he already is, and he's just like, you silly bitches. You have no idea. No, duh, Yoda. You just watched Obi-Wan raise a lightsaber and fight droids. Droidicas. There is more going on Geonosis. It'd be a good what if video. What if Anakin and Padme stayed on Tatooine as ordered? A lot of events that led Anakin to the dark side wouldn't have occurred. Also, bad visual effects light wraps are happening right now. If you can notice the halos around their heads. Padme's like, look, I know you're a Jedi and you have orders, but like, shut up. You're gonna do what I want to do. So I'm your girlfriend. That's the way it is. I do whatever I want to do, and you're just gonna suck it up and say yes. Flying Toaster. That's one of the biggest things I think about this trilogy. There should have been one villain throughout. It should have either been Maul or Grievous should have been introduced some sort of way, or Dooku in the first one. You know what I mean? Like each prequel has its own goofy thing, which is like new villain every movie, right? Where I just prefer one. I think it's funny how fat this dude gets, Mr. Bluehorns. Of course he said that, so Jar Jar Binks, who can't think like anybody else on planet Earth or anyone in the galaxy, of course he's gonna be representing Padme and say the worst thing ever and give the emergency powers to Chancellor. Because he's a goofy fish man. Yeah, but you guys know what I mean, right? Palpatine is the secret villain in hiding until the last hour of Revenge of the Sith, right? I'm talking about like it would have been much more interesting to keep Maul as the nemesis of Kenobi throughout the prequel trilogy, where he finally defeats Maul. You know, we'd have to redo a lot of Clone Wars stuff. To me, a stronger thing was just keeping the opponent of what originally was intended as the main character, Kenobi, through the prequels. Keep that foe coming back, because they did that with the Clone Wars and they did that with Rebels. It would have been a great arc for Kenobi in the prequels. Ready Player 3. Maybe I'm getting them both confused. No, yeah, Spidey, I get that. We were told that by George. However, I don't think a new villain every movie is a good idea. I get what they were going for. I'd rather Obi-Wan over, like, it's like Phasma and Finn, Obi-Wan and Maul. I should have continued. Should have been, I thought I defeated him. The dude that killed my master that I loved, right? I was kind of hoping for that. It's the only criticism I really have of like the villains in the prequels. They seem random. Although now that I know, I've watched the Clone Wars and I've seen everything else, it doesn't seem random in hindsight now. Yeah, Thomas Johnson, I agree. He is like dark side Qui-Gon. They both saw a lot of similar flaws in the Jedi Order, so what a beautiful shot of the Senate. Yeah, Ready Player 3. I guess he does have a bunch of nemesis if you think about it. Nemesi. Great going, Jar Jar. Is this where we see ET? Or is that in TPM? I don't even remember anymore. Dello Feligits. Isn't it crazy that all that happened in a span of 3 years? Maul, Ventress, Grievous. I think this is around the time, since this is like the introduction of the clones, right? I think this is the time when Palpatine created his own clone body, because the clone body on Exegol looks like a younger Palpatine before he got scarred by Mace Windu's lightsaber. Anybody else notice that? And then finally, he looks like the Mace Windu scarred version when he drains the life force out of Rey and Kylo. Yeah, Rackham. Isn't he just a jester? Like Jar Jar ends up just being a street jester. Ugh, what a tragedy. Geonosis is like so orange. Oh, what a depressing future for him, huh? No, so so Andre, if you have a copy of Tross, put his face against the image of a face from him in Attack of the Clones. And you'll notice he doesn't have that weird Force lightning back on his face scarring until the end of the movie in Tross. Interesting. So it always led me to believe that this is the time in his life where he started the creation of cloning himself. But again, we have no idea when that happened, really. I can't remember. Is Jacob Quest? So discovering the secret, that was all in like the aftermath stuff, right? Something in like on Jakku, we had the observatory looking into the unknown region, which like clearly now we think is Exegol, right? Andre, I think you would do it because it's part of the how did Plagueis put it in the book Plagueis? It's just part of the long game, right? Like he has strategies for everything. Like even in the Book of the Sith, cloning is discussed as a possible means with essence transfer, so that way he can keep himself immortal, right? Because Plagueis failed at manipulating his own midichlorians to eternal life. Couldn't even save himself, right? But that's why I think now he set in the motion of Sifo Dyas and the cloning and all that stuff and orchestrated it from the shadows. So I'm guessing this is also when he decided to pursue the idea of cloning himself and essence transfer. I gotta turn down the movie's audio because holy crap, it's like shaking my room. Yo, what's up, SPC Bird 317 1993? It's going good. Marion Voss, yeah. Arvon, I'm not exactly sure how the Sith occult or Sith cult cloning operation exactly works. It seems to me that they're all just like, I guess, some form of rapid aging versions of Palpatine, unless Rey's father was a normally aging one, in which case it's even stranger how he's a clone. Where does this film rank for me? I would say... Oh, that's tough. I mean, I always keep the prequels kind of in the bottom 5, and not because I hate these movies at all. This kind of has to do with a script editing, visual effect realism thing for me. So I guess, like... I don't know, maybe... The bottom of the list might be The Phantom Menace, and then this right after it. But it's not because like I hate it. Even if you like 10 things, one of those 10 things has to be at the bottom, right? Yeah, I honestly think there was no reason to bring back another big bad other than Kylo Ren. TLJ kind of doubled down that he was going to be main villain guy, and it would have had a novel ending for the entire series. At least that's how I look at it. I still like the campiness of Tross Palpatine, and it's fun. It is weird, though. Yeah, I know about Dark Empire, too. I think I'd have to reread Dark Empire, the comics, and I guess think about it. I try not to think too hard about the things in Star Wars that like don't exactly add up, because there is so much that doesn't add up beyond just those things in the sequel trilogy. Like, there are so many things in Star Wars that make no sense, that if we actually really critically analyzed those things, I don't think we'd enjoy it anymore. I think we would be like, oh wow, now I can't enjoy this because I've nitpicked everything to death. And that's why I hate objective art criticism. I think it's the stupidest way to look at anything. An objective evaluation of what I'm watching is, this is a movie. Now Anakin, who is played by Hayden Christensen, is on a set that is completely green, and George Lucas made CG renders and tracked them into scene. And now his lightsaber is broken. Like, that's an objective review of what's happening. You know, Phantom Siren, I really wish the trilogy did end with R2 reciting the story back to the Wills. How fucking weird would it be to just see the ancient Wills, right? Yeah, so there is objective things, Didact, but I honestly don't think, since our minds are made out of meat and we have defined the criteria of how to define things through the meat in our brain, who the hell are we to tell other people the interpretation of said thing based on a set of standards that somebody with a mind made out of meat made is wrong or right? You know? It's just stupid. Objectively, I have a computer in my room. Subjectively, I think it's a good computer. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? This is a good bit of acting, too, between Annie and Padme. We're at 143.53. And Padme and Anakin are about to kiss, which represents the finger touching in the hut. Get it? Yeah, rock him. That would have been dope. This reminds me of this reminds me of Exegol, actually. Like Rey going out to this arena and they're all like, whatever the hell they're fucking chanting. It's horrifying. Yeah, Rey vibes. I really like a lot of Duel of the Fates. My instinct tells me that Duel of the Fates didn't happen because of the passing of Carrie Fisher. And I think JJ was the only guy that came up with a good enough solution to figure out how to put her into the movie. You know what I mean? Because there are so many similarities, like story idea-wise. I'm not saying the story itself, but like so many similarities between the two. Whereas JJ's is like this diet version of Duel of the Fates, yet like a road trip through memory lane, if you know what I mean. Dooku, king of the bugs. You guys fans of E.C. Henry on here? He like figured out how to speak Geonosis. I had no idea that one could do that. If you don't know who E.C. Henry is, go sub to him now. He does like more than Star Wars. He's kind of like a CG guy. So cool. I'm still suspicious of that comment, Jude. I don't know. His direction was so tight, except for like 3 things. Also, creepy aliens in this movie. Maybe we'll see some of these guys in the volume, rendered with proper rendering. The Moidians! Oh yeah, I know. I don't think the CGI in here is honestly that tragic. It's really just the light wraps. I'd probably poop my pants if I saw that thing. And yeah, I'd be dead already. Yeah, Jacob's Quest. You know what? I still have not seen that because of how many reviews I read about it. Oh, you think I sound like E.C. Henry? I think E.C. Henry is like the deepest, most professional voice on YouTube. You should like do everybody's videos. Yeah, Didact. I was okay with it in TLJ. I think it. I think in Tross, like they could have like brought him back to his more menacing style, and instead he had like a purposeless character. When he said like, "I don't care if you win. I just want Kylo to lose," I was like, I just died because that's the stupidest line I've ever heard. My soul went out of my body for a second when he said that. Came back, but you know. Yeah, he speaks Geonosis somehow. Yeah, George Lucas is all about show skin. I love that this beast randomly has a nose ring. Anybody ever think about that? I do. Did he consent to getting pierced? Or is that just built into his body? He's born with a nose ring? I don't know. Yeah, the reason I like TLJ Hux, besides the mama joke in the beginning, like I admit that that's bad. I don't think that's a good joke. I think it's a bizarre thing to have in the beginning of a movie. But beyond that, I like that he was like a coked out, tired as hell general who was so self-assured that all he did is fuck up all the time. Like, I mean, he's like every stormtrooper piled into one person, right? So, but I did like how menacing he was in TFA. Like, it was kind of like disturbing, like crying as he like did his speech. Lego Republic, what up? Oh, dude, I love Pride. Pride could have like I think Kennedy and Pride should have been like in the whole trilogy. Dude, I'm with you. There's so much about Tross I wish that we got. The fact that there originally was a prologue to the movie, which we can see when you purchase the score, like all the leaks that came out about how the movie was structured, and it perfectly aligns to the way that the score is written. Dude, all these lightsabers igniting. Always like this part. It's over the top. How is it foolish? He's like, I don't think so. All right, we're gonna give you some super battle droids, and you're gonna flip. Mace Windu just survived falling like 100 feet. Maybe he's still alive after Revenge of the Sith somewhere, just on a planet, hanging out. He has kids now. He has one arm, but whatever. Jedi life's not for him. Yeah, we're in the battle. Here's C-3PO being a goof. I always think it's interesting how, like, there's this laser fire everywhere, right? Blaster fire from all angles. Nobody gets shot. Like, Padme's is safe. It's funny because, like, the way that Jedi take out the battle droids, it's, like, so easy, right? But then if you think about it, if you're just, like, a citizen, I mean, you die. So. Party's over. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Didact. Mace went to Earth and became a Nick Fury. I buy it. Man, I feel bad for Dinosaur Jedi guy. I can't remember his name. Yeah, Kid Fisto smiling is a vibe. The B1, or I'm sorry, Super Battle Droids in the Mando, I think look incredible. They're a little different looking. They're still like CG, I think, but they look fantastic. Coleman Cash? Oh, Trevor. Look at Mace. He's like, you ready to die? Because I'm going to murder you? Save a body ahead. Duke is like, oh, horrifying. I hope that never happens to me. Andre, not sure. Oh, schmuck, yeah, dude. I think Attack of the Clones arguably has like the best score in Star Wars. Cross the Stars is a big factor. There's the smile. Kit smile, though. Aww. They're flirting while fighting people and killing. I love it. That's what Vader's wife would do. Ooh, bah. I love you, honey. Sucks to be that bug. Did Obi-Wan Kenobi need to spin his saber around 4 times before he stabbed that thing? I think not, but I approve of it. Exactly, Lord Vader. I think JJ doing the goofy stuff with C-3PO and Taras was like a little homage to this. He tried his best to like pay honor to every film in either an aesthetic way or like a musical cue-ish kind of renewal way. Imagine he mind tricks the beast. You will die. And it's like, I will die. Okay. Yeah, C-3PO had more of a story than anybody else. Except for Rey, you know. I just didn't like... I think the reveal for Rey was bizarre. She didn't even need to be connected to Palpatine for the entire movie of Tross to still work. She could just be a vessel that is just as pure as Kylo, that Palpatine covets, always has, wants her, derpity-derpity-derp, no connection. She's a nobody that the Sith want. Surrender, and your lives be spared. Andre, that's a hard no. I don't mind the ending as the end of the sequel trilogy at all. Works. I think the ending from Duel of the Fates was a much more fulfilling end. It's an ending that literally leaves you with a beginning of something that you can think about afterwards. What will this new Jedi Academy be like? Oh, I love Nando. Yes. I find myself agreeing mostly with everything he says. I didn't watch his like New Mutants video. The thing he's like, I'm not making a New Mutants video, but he made a new. I don't know. Ironic, right? Like for the most part, he's a pretty smart man. Like he's pretty good at what he does. But yes. The boys coming in, saving the day, being legends. Phase 1 armor about to take out some Trade Federation ships. Yeah, well, interesting. In the Clone Wars, he's just a brutal dude. Oh, nice. He's rewriting it? I guarantee it's going to be brilliant then. My issue, though, is when people like rewrite films, my issue with rewrites is that I think people should use what's existing in the film and change a few things. If you're literally remaking new things, it's not a rewrite. You're just rewriting a story that didn't happen. So I prefer the people that use the existing material and make it connect a little bit more logically. I can't imagine that being the reason, Marianne. Because Revenge of the Sith is pretty dark. Like, we have a body on fire at the end, right? Dude, Geonosis speak is so cool. He's like, we are at almost exactly 2 hours. We're at 1:59:05. Oh, check that out, Thomas. I'm okay with Lucasfilm finally diving into Legends and saying, fuck it, like, if that's what you want, let's do it. People want, like, Lucasfilm to be like, we admit it, we are wrong. I don't think they are wrong to get rid of Legends so they can finish the trilogy and then go back to it. It's fine. I still think the trilogy's a mess. This, in the beginning of the movie, is, like, the best shit. A Death Star, almost. 2 hours, yep. Nice, Didact. Honestly, if I could do, if I go back in time and just like tell everybody like, look, don't go down this trajectory. I've seen it. People are going to be pissed. Just, I would have straight up just made, this is my personal taste, I would have just made it a dark side story about Kylo. If there's something that J.J. Abrams was really fantastic at, was the diabolical weirdness of Kylo Ren. He's really good with that character. He helped invent him, or did invent him, right? Give me a Kylo Ren trilogy. I would have preferred that kind of take, rather than another. So we have the first really descent into darkness, descent into light, then a descent back into darkness. I never knew Director Krennic looked like this originally, but now that I know that he used to be a Geonosian, makes more sense. Just kidding. I mean, I'll straight up say Kylo Ren is my favorite character right now. Even in the bad movie that is Tross. That I think, you know, it's okay. But it's like, it's a bad movie. Slapped together. It's a beautifully slapped together experience. More people hanging out now than there were an hour ago. 40 people hanging out. What's up? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Mr. Mike, in a lot of ways, I consider The Last Jedi the end of the saga. It leaves it with enough what will happen next ideas while still ending on a bit of hope. And if it's like really the Skywalker story, right? Luke dies, end of the story. Whoever says that these Trade Federation ships weren't based off of Death Star, like, concepts, just to, like, make us be like, yeah, that's Star Wars, it's delusional. This whole part here, oh my god. Dude, when Padme falls in the sand and starts running, oh yeah, here we go. This is money. All I want are clone troopers being badass in real live TV. It's Dooku. Yeah, Jacob Quest, I'm kind of with you. I was worried for a while about that because I'm like, what the fuck am I going to talk about on my channel? I'm like a sequel trilogy channel. Like, that's why I started during the sequel trilogy, even though I love all the other films. Then when it went south, I was like, oh. But yeah, now that it's over, I can just look forward to other stuff, like Mandalorian and Taika Waititi's next whatever. There we go, Padme falls. But then when she gets up, eventually, just watch her run. It's so funny. It's not like because of her, it's just like the way it's filmed and the compositing. Yeah, Crystal Bricks. That's what I'm thinking too, maybe. Yeah, Rey vibes. That's why I like Duel of the Fates more. I don't like the Rey Solana thing or the fact that Kylo killed Rey's parents. I thought that was goofy. Arachnito! Welcome. I mean, I'll forever be, oh, dang. What was I gonna say? Till this day, like I accept people's distaste for TLJ. I'll never understand the violent rage against it, nor against the prequels, nor against any Star Wars. It's just silly. I think it's interesting that he can use Force Lightning. Did we find out in, you guys can remind me, Qui-Gon was an apprentice of Dooku. Doesn't Qui-Gon witness Dooku using Force Lightning on somebody? Honestly, you want to know what I think would have been interesting? If Rey accidentally killed her parents as a child during a Force rage. Imagine feeling abandoned by your parents and realizing that you were the one that caused the problem to leave you alone. And the people that were leaving on the ship that you had this false memory about were people trying to leave you so that they wouldn't be part of your Force rage. Just like how Ben was alluded to have those at his home. I always thought that would be interesting. Cool beans. I think the Jedi need to have relationships. That I said that way earlier, but yeah. I think the fact they don't allow that kind of stuff is gonna lead you to the dark side. Imagine how much that would hurt getting just like poked by a lightsaber. Oof. Boom. All the lightsaber sound effects and sound design in the prequels are so beefy and amazing. Also, we're going to kendo mode now. They're in kendo stances. I love this. This is the only time besides the sequel trilogy that lightsabers emit light onto the user. I always thought that the scene was funny. People get mad at like the Praetorian guard fight, right? They're like, "Oh my god, you can't have a girl kick guys. You can't kick 3 dudes." But like Anakin just like put his arm out and was like, "Cut my arm off, Dooku." That's what it looked like to me. Should I nitpick it and like, I don't know. Also, I think this Yoda shit is badass. I used to think it was kind of goofy, but I like it. It's so campy, I like it. Oh, I don't know when the Mando trailer's coming out. I guarantee in a couple weeks, at least. It's gotta be. After reading like Jedi Lost or whatever, and just watching this, it's a whole different vibe. Oh, thanks so much, Marianne. Yeah, it blew my mind too, Ray. I was like, oh, you can move like that? What the fuck? I remember seeing that in the trailer, and I was like, I think we almost couldn't go see this when I was a kid. And I like almost cried. And we're like, all right, we're going to see it. Whew. Yeah, the sneeze. God bless me. That's how the internet is, Jacob. A lot of people, the very younger, grew up with the prequels crowd, never knew that these films were literally as contentious, and I'd say more than the sequels. It was so contentious that George Lucas just said, "F this, I'm not doing this anymore." That's like very strange. But I think they didn't deserve all the hate they got. I still think those reviews are hilarious, though. The use of Yoda's theme there, like in a darker way, is amazing. Size matters not. Dude's holding like a 10,000-pound beam. It's gotta be a rough day when like your arm's cut off, you're laying down, your mask has been stabbed. I'm pretty sure Padme's shirt got more ripped and shorter. Flip like a ninja, I will. Dude, I love Dooku's ship with the NASA sail. We're getting close to the end, people. It's crazy how fast these streams go. Oh, I really don't like the special edition. I think they're pointless. I appreciate the clarity they added to the sharpness of the imagery, but like, I think George Lucas has no idea how much he disrespected the people that helped make the franchise what it is. Like, yeah, he had the vision, but people made it happen, and then you painted over them. Yeah, the shorter her shirt got, the more badass she became, right? I liked 4 seasons of Walking Dead, Cool Beans. Then I stopped. You have done well. Everything is going as planned. But what exactly is Palpatine's plan? Because it's like he has 17 of them. And they're all 5th dimensional. Good question, Jacob's Quest. I don't know the answer to that. So, the reason I say what I do, Yo Spidey, is because, oh, no worries, Andre. Thanks so much for hanging out. But the reason I say what I say about it being disrespectful is because, A, there is no option to get the original prints other than the special editions now. And George Lucas hates altering historical films, colorizing them, altering them, right? Yet he didn't preserve his own. 3 films that changed the world. So it's bizarre that he didn't at least keep the original prints available to folks, knowing that he once petitioned such things. The Q, the Imperial Darth Vader, or Imperial March Q. I used to think this scene looked kind of funky because of the rendering, but I don't care. I love this scene. Just the beginning of the end. Venator class is taken off into space. I guess after this, I'm going to try to watch 7 seasons of the Clone Wars before Revenge of the Sith. Straight up, I thought The Rise of Skywalker was going to end on Naboo. Anybody else think this? I think Anakin's mechanical arm is funny. R2 straight up could have just been like, Luke, look, I know about your dad. He's a Jedi. He got married to this lady. She died. He's the dude in the black suit. And like, look, you're a Jedi. You have the Force. Just listen up. Let's go get Ben. Let's save the day. A lot of pain and sorrow would have been saved. Beautiful last image, right? Directed by Horatio Sands. Wow, I didn't know that. No, I'm just kidding. So that's it, guys. That's Attack of the Clones. Wow. Yeah, maybe Crystal Bricks. That'd be awesome to do a Clone Wars watch party. I guess we could do a couple episodes at a time. Or do arcs at a time. That'd be cool. Elisha, that's amazing. Yeah, we're gonna be doing another one, Didact. So we've already done, I think, TFA, TLJ, I have no idea if we did Tross. Now we've done Attack of the Clones. Oh, like Atla? Yeah, I'd love to watch some Atla with you guys. I'll totally watch the old Clone Wars with like evil Grievous. It's so good. But yeah, this was fun. Have a good time shooting the shit with you guys. It looks like what is it, 9:22 where I live right now? I have no idea what time it is where you guys are. But we've been going for like 2 hours and 23 minutes. My voice is raw. And basically, I think what I'm gonna go do is just drink a ton of water and chill out. And maybe go watch some Harry Potter. I've been on a Harry Potter kick like you can't even imagine. I am obsessed right now with Harry Potter. You guys want to do a Rogue One watch party? Everybody in the chat, if you want to do a Rogue One watch party, let's see some yeses. If I see a ton, we'll do that. It's not my favorite. It's actually a movie I barely ever watch because I don't think there's a story. But it's one of the most visually stunning Star Wars films I've ever seen. So maybe on this rewatch, maybe I'll like really like it. I don't know. It's not that I hate it. It has the best third act in any Star Wars movie I think I've ever seen. Just that first 45 minutes that I'm like, I don't know what's happening. So yeah, maybe this time around I'll be like, oh, this is amazing. I don't know. I'm like that. I switch my mind up a bunch. Oh, Marianne, thanks so much for the super chat. It's such a rarity when that happens. I just really appreciate it. The channel's been kind of in this dead zone. I don't know what happened. I don't know. So anything that keeps supporting it, keeps the lights on, I appreciate it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Yeah, Thomas, I'm with you. It's my least favorite, but it's one of the best looking films too, which is just bizarre. So with that said, I just want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I wish you could hear this beautiful music as the credits play, and also be looking at Anakin's Sith eyes from Revenge of the Sith. And yeah, we'll be doing this again in a week. I think we'll just do Rogue One, because that's what we're talking about right now. Let's just do it, Rogue One. And we'll see if I change my mind about it. So, as always, may the Force be with you. Everybody that sent a super chat today, thank you so much. People that tuned in, thank you so much. People that shared the stream, thank you so much. And just in general, thanks for listening to me blab. And I'm going to sign off. And I'm going to go drink a beer. See you guys.